Sweet Daddy, you got it, let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go.
If you want some, come get some. That's where I'm from with your big. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. And I won't answer now. Who, what, where, why. See, a lot of dudes like to act the fool now.
I need to get it smaller. Yeah.
I like it a lot. I like it.
Yeah, we gotta get a screenshot of you here too, so we can put you in there, because that's what we got on the other one. We got me and him with like the little face thing, so you can put a face to the name and all that.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But welcome in
I
all.
like it.
Yeah, you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Adobe
Welcome to X's and O's, everybody.
Yeah.
What was that a shot of? Where were you at as far as the plane goes, or you were looking out the window?
I mean, we are probably flying to. Oh yeah, you know what? That was flying to Boston.
To Boston. Okay.
Yeah, that was the Boston one. I think I got Florida ones in there somewhere in the gallery. I'll figure that out. But yeah, welcome in again. Second recording of the day here. This is the standard, X's and O's here, and appreciate anyone that's kind of double dipping today. A lot of things we want to kind of cover, so I'm just gonna kind of jump into it here. So, put some thought into this, and I know I've been kind of promoing it a little bit, but kind of just putting pen to paper. I'm really, looking to do something like this. So, as I've mentioned previously in the, weeks, we're re-upping the Patreon thing, and absolutely stealing an idea from, a friend of the show, but, we've already been over that. I really do want to do the Q&A thing, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start. I'm going to put the link up in the beginning of the month, and basically how it's going to go is we're going to. What's up?
Oh no, I was just looking to see if the ticker down below was saying the same thing. You said something about you putting up a link or something, but you ain't put anything up in that yet.
Oh yeah, no, not there. No.
Okay.
So the link's going to be in the Patreon itself. So it's going to be a Q&A link, and basically it's going to be an open forum for you to ask anything you want of me, Jermaine, Taylor, whatever you want, and then we'll all get on once a month and answer questions. That's really kind of the crux of it. Very, very simple, but I think it's a cool idea where, you get to ask people that you are listening to, some questions that they may not just overtly answer, so I think it's a cool little interaction thing. We'll see how it goes, but I'll put it up in the beginning of the month. I would say probably the last weekend of the month we'll answer it, and it'll be a kind of a rolling thing. But we're just going to set the amount at $5. It helps out the show. It helps out just production value. My overhead is, well, I'm not going to tell you what my overhead is, but it's not free. It's closer to $100 a month than not. So just take that and roll with it. But yeah, I think that's going to be a fun idea. I know we have mentioned it in the past, in the beginning, coming out with our hat in hands, acting like idiots. Didn't know what we were doing at all. I gotta say, I mean, listening to Spitball Media, because they're the inspiration behind this. They do it so good. They do it so good. It's so smart. I do it every month with them. I get in there, I get the questions in, and it's a fun thing because you get to ask these people that you're listening to in-depth questions about really anything, and they're, all three of them are like, oh yeah, all right, let's go. No, they've never not answered a question. So
That's what I was saying. Typically, how many questions are there for them to answer?
dude, it can be anything from 30 to 50. I mean, they've been doing it for a little bit. I mean, they got a decent Patreon following, so it's not like it's just one or two people. So
Yeah.
they just attack them. I mean, some of them are in-depth questions. Some of them are like pizza. All right, next. So
What's your favorite color?
Right, it doesn't have to be some in-depth, philosophical thing. But so we're gonna put that up. Anyone that's willing to participate, it's definitely appreciated. Like I said, the funds go back into the programming. It's going to help with getting the merch stuff off the ground here too. I mean, obviously we're going to have to foot that bill, but if you want to help us out, that's awesome, man. So, now that that's out of the way here, like I said earlier, this is my second recording. I recorded with Gary Morgan and Taylor this morning for Baseball with Babs, and it just I'm blown away, man. I know you're not a baseball guy, but like the insight Gary has is unbelievable. So incredibly honored to have him on there. It was just so much fun, and we like to the point where we recorded so long that I can't auto create shorts. I have to physically go in and do it because we went over 2 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So the software was like, yeah, I can't do this. Needs to be below 2 hours, man. Like, what are you doing? So, anyone and I'll have to chop that up probably at some point on Wednesday. I do work, so we record tomorrow again. It's gonna be a shorter show, just me and Taylor, but trying to adhere to that schedule. But yeah, it's the show's already up on the channel. Check it out if you're a baseball fan, or if you're just in a conversation fan. I mean, it's very very good. All right, so next, my discovery today. I have been wearing my panties backwards.
Meaning?
I mean, I got a dick hole where my asshole is. It's very simple. I don't know how. I don't know. I gotta spell it out to you, man. But all right, fair enough. Now that gave me an interesting idea. Why don't we have boxers with an asshole hole? Like, you think about the win. All right, follow me here. Just follow me here. All right.
Okay.
Because both sides, things are going to come out of it, right? Like, it's easy access for the dick hole. It's like, let me whip you out and so, whatever, fine. But let's say it's cold. Let's say you live in Minnesota, right? You're like, and that toilet seat is cold. How convenient would it be to have like a little, like, I don't know, like a little button thing that you can like tuck in your tank or something? I don't know. I don't know the logistics about it.
I think shitting is just too messy to just be trying to get it through a little hole. I mean,
we're talking about you. You're a hot mess. You're an absolute. You're a
I got the helicopter splatterhouse shit, right, and it ain't going through a hole.
Right. This doesn't apply to you. You need like how they have pads for girls, like they got the light flow and then the heavy. Like you fall into the heavy. You know what I mean? Like you need a whole.
You said, right? I would need a heavy pad.
Right, like you would need like you've seen like in commercials, like old school commercials where they have that little button thing that you unhinge that like gets down like that's kind of what you would need. Like this would not. You're not the market we're aiming for. All right.
But they did used to have clothes with the back. Like, you ever see those old school like Looney Tune cartoons, and they had the pair of pajamas?
That's literally what I just said. Literally what I just said. That's literally what I just said.
You didn't say I need that.
Yes, I did. The old school commercial or the old school cartoons with a little button, and they pull the flap down,
and then they flap down.
Right, it looks like a dog.
That still wouldn't be enough for me. Yeah, I got
That
to
is,
be.
yeah, you need to go to the doctor. If that can't handle your situation, you need to go to the doctor. Look, I'm just saying, there's a market out here where we can take care of like the Midwest, the Northeast in the winter, where it's like, listen, look, I know sometimes things be cold, so here you go. You just open your little, I don't know,
Flat?
exit hole. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I may be off this topic now. I don't know. The more I talk about it,
Yeah,
I'm like, there's no way to market this.
it
I don't
is
know. I'm just
spiraling to
saying.
something you can't get out of.
Well, yes. So that was my self-discovery, and I've yet to rectify it. I'm like, hey, whatever, we're here. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So that's that. So don't worry, boys. It gets better. So later on in the show here, and I know we mentioned this last show. The draft we're doing today is a draft day draft. So fantasy football is prevalent. You talk about something like current events. Like folks are doing drafts left and right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's getting
this
real
this
close. We're 2 weeks out now. From our draft. So, which once again I've mentioned before, and I'll mention again, we're doing the draft live. We're going to live stream it. So, if you're not doing a draft yourself, pop in and get some chuckles because when we tell you, because we've mentioned this many times, when we tell you we are one and the same, it is a legitimate thing. So yeah, it's not like hyperbole. We're basically the same person.
yeah, for the next 2 weeks for everyone pretty much across the country. Next
Yeah.
couple weekends is going to be draft field everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Which it's the most exciting part, man. It is the most exciting part. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, now it's over. Now I'm sad. Now I have to hyper analyze everything I'm doing for the draft. Oh my god. But yeah,
Well,
the draft,
it's like
yeah,
getting your toys for Christmas. Now you know
yeah,
who, now you know what toys you get to play with, what players that you instantly become. I ain't gonna say extra fans of, but you do. You instantly, like, once
you
that
get your
player hits
favorite.
your
Absolutely.
team, you
You get your favorite
become.
boys.
They're like you're in full support of them. Like,
Yeah.
you probably seen a Subway commercial 600 times with Travis Kelsey or Pat Mahomes or one of those players on it. If you get one of them players on your team, you're gonna look at that commercial a little bit differently. You're gonna be like, all right, you better get
Oh,
your
it
Subway
depends.
ass ready
It
to play
depends.
on my team.
It depends how they did. You're like, hey, $5 foot long, or it's like $5 fuck me. No. Right. But yeah, the draft. So everyone can kind of get their picks in order, and anyone that pops in can kind of play along here. It is going to be a one main dish, one side dish, one dessert, one drink, and a wild card. And a wild card can be anything. It could be another one of the actual dishes. I mean, it could be like another main or another side or another drink or something like that. So there is no particular way you need to draft them, but there is no overlap. So if I take yours or you take mine, them's the breaks. So that'll come in later at the end of the show, like it always does. But I do want to kind of talk to you about something here.
Okay.
And because at the end of the day, we're older, man. We're as older gentlemen, we tend to be more locked in with what we do, with what we dig, just interests, things like that. We don't really, we're not really going to be pivoting here. It's kind of like going to try to make friends in your late 30s. It's like, dude, I'm too old for this, man. I'm all set.
Like,
I don't.
I'm all set. Yep.
I'm good, man. Like, I'm 38 now. I'm like, who I know is who I know now. Now, with that being said, I'm actually lying because I have been making friends, but still,
Yeah.
like, but I mean, I'm also in the quote unquote business where you should and you need to. So
You have to.
yeah, so yeah, logically that makes sense. But if I was just doing my regular job, I'm out here trying to make new
I'm just
friends.
talking about your main circle that you keep around. Like
Yeah.
you stop accepting applications for childhood friends. It's over. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
any
not gonna
friends
rehash.
now. Any friends now is a mutual, benefit up to both of you almost. Like it's like,
That's
okay,
fair. That's actually a really good way to put it. That's really smart. I like that a lot. Because
yeah,
it's not meant to sound like a business transaction, but it's kind of like, okay, we're at this age, it's a quote unquote advanced age. How can this friendship can be beneficial to both of us? How can this be a business transaction? Is this like
yeah.
a tax write off? Is this like, you know, can I, claim this on my taxes or something? Is this how this goes? I don't know.
Yeah, and as when you were younger, you didn't have this filter on your
Right.
friendship. You were just being people's friends just to be their friends. It wasn't like you was walking up and who you met at in your teens or in your 20s. You were like, well, does he help me here? Can he help me with it? You were just being friends, But
Hey, I
now,
like the face. Like, yeah, let's be friends.
now it's a mutual. It's like, I'm not saying that everything's an investment, but it kind of is.
Well, I mean, you think about it. You gotta like evaluate political views potentially. And like, is this going to be a problem? What level of political kind of correctness are you? Do you have kids? Or do we need to like plan these kids to hang out? Are you married? Is this going to be weird because I'm married? Like, do you have? There's a lot that goes into that now. So
Yeah.
it's just, But here's my whole kind of point about the whole being, I don't know, kind of in your circle, in your loop, whatever. What are, and it doesn't need to be something like way in the past, right? It could be something very, very much in the here and now. But what are some hobbies that you wish you did? Like currently, like not, because I mean, there's a lot of things that can get in the way, whether they're actual issues or just you manifesting the issue because you don't want to do it. I mean, once again, cantankerous old men. That's what we do. But I'll lead off with a few things while you got some time to think here, because I'm obviously
Yeah.
just throwing this at you. I wish I learned the drums, man. I really do. I really wish I learned to do that. I've always wanted to do it, and I have really no idea what stopped me. I just never invested the time or the money to do it. It's not even something that I create excuses for. I just don't pursue it. And just every now and then it just pops in my head. I'm like, oh, damn it, man, that would have been cool. I would have liked that. Just one of those things, what else here?
You said drums. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Any instruments that I really, really wanted to play. I know I played the trumpet when I was in high school. Well, not high school, middle school or elementary kind of. Not really. I mean, the main thing is, I just wish if I had my life to do over again, I would have took definitely the football thing way more serious.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just
you're
wish I
still,
really
like,
would have played.
At age 64 over there, you're still pretty solid, man.
Yeah, I mean, last time I played pickup games, I was always pretty good. I mean, I was never a scrub or anything like that. I mean, I wasn't the greatest on the field, but I was pretty damn good. So definitely wish I would have definitely
Well,
did
let's be honest.
everything necessary to make that into a career, get a little bit more serious with that.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You're a black guy, so you're like at least 25% better than everyone already at that. So yeah, you dropped the ball. No, yeah,
and
I
it's
agree.
it's in the DNA of my town, hometown, Aliquippa.
Yeah.
Well known, producing stars. I just, in school, it was more of an academic scholar, so I was making sure my grades was up as well as
Right.
I had a job. I worked at. Funny to see this shirt I got on. I worked at a body shop, and I wanted to have money. All other kids were, they would get off of school and then they're headed to football practice, and
Right.
I'm headed to a job, and I had all the good clothes and flyers, tennis shoes, and all that. But if I would have just sucked that up and went to football practice and went through all the endurance, I just see that, that's one mistake or one thing that I regret in life. I mean, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but in football, you don't have to be the biggest guy in the
Right.
world.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
I would say, and it's weird that I would say this because I'm so into these things, but there's something about, I guess, I mean, for lack of a better term, the hunt. I kind of wish I would have learned to hunt.
yeah.
Now I have zero desire eating the animal that I'm shooting. Now that makes me sound like a sociopath, where I'm like, hey, you just want to shoot animals for sport. I'm like, I mean, theoretically, I guess that would be true, but I think the biggest thing about me not doing it is I don't think I'd be okay with just shooting an animal that is not attacking me. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing that stops me from doing it. But I guess there's like a weird allure about it. Just the sitting in a tree stand or whatever for 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, sitting there, and you get the fruits of your labor that are just like, oh my God, there he is. And then you have that adrenaline, like your body tenses up, you feel your heart flutter, and you're like, okay. I don't know. I think it's more the aura about it than the actual action. Because I feel like if I had to pull the trigger, I'd be like, oh no, I don't want to do that.
I mean, that's something that I wish I was better at as myself as well, or did more of is hunting. I think that's an awesome type of sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been with the whole gear on and all of that, and you know deer or turkey or squirrel or small game or anything. No, never did it.
Yeah, me either. My grandfather did. He would do the whole deer hunting thing, and never. He got the whole cancer thing, pretty early in my life there, so I couldn't really partake in it. But like I said, I don't know if I really would have dug it just for the whole end game of it. I think the whole lead up of it is the exciting, but the actual action is I'm good, man.
Oh, to say you would have had kind of sorrow for like any animal that's not a pet that you can't really make a pet. Like you still would have like a soft spot for. Like, hey, I didn't want to do that.
I literally went out the door about an hour ago, and there was a doe and her 2 babies, like 25, 30 feet away, just in a yard. I mean, you look at that, and it's a pretty animal. Like, they just look, but that's also something that you could see that in the forest. And, pen to paper, this thing isn't doing anything for you. It's not like this is, I don't know, 10 BC where you need to go hunt your food.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where
it's really a sport.
This, right? Like, you doing this and killing this is because you have a taste for that meat, or you are just killing it for sport. Now, I understand there's overpopulation for deer and all that stuff, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But
Maybe
at the
I'm
same
like,
time, like you said, if you wanted something to eat, you can go right down the coons and grab you
right, yeah,
a pack
like
of ground meat. I mean, you don't have to.
that's where I'm at. Or you can even go to a butcher. They have venison. You don't have to do the action. Somebody else has done this for you. So
True.
I guess I just think about it in a different way. And it's like, this thing is unsuspecting of what you're about to do. And it would be the exact same thing as if you walked outside your door and were unlocking your car and you got shot and killed. Like, how is that any different? Because this thing is just going to get its food. You're going to the car to drive down to Coons to go grab taco meat. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, like, how is that any different? So that's kind of how I would think about it, because I'd feel so bad. Like, and I know it probably makes me sound like a pussy, and I'm fine with it. I don't care. But it's just one of those deals where I can't get into it, man. I would feel so bad. It's like, now, it sounds silly, but like, this was somebody's dear wife, or like they have.
He said this is somebody's dear wife.
It was somebody's dear wife or somebody's dear hoe. I don't know, like, whatever. It's fine. They're ho. But like, just knowing that you're now basically destroying a family because you're like, I want this gamey meat, delicious. Like,
really
what?
gamey.
Like, I'm just kind of like, nah, man, I'm all set, man. I don't know. I like I said, I like the lead up to it, but like right now, I'm into like hunting foreplay, just not like that's
The
what I would call
actual
it.
act.
Right. I'm afraid. I like the hunting foreplay, but I'm afraid of the hunting pussy. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, all the deer meat I've had, like the jerky and everything,
Someone
it's
just
only
popped in
something.
here. Someone just popped
Okay.
in here, and they're probably like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about? Deer pussy?" And what? Listen, there's more to it. You probably need to go back a few minutes to like understand how we got here. But yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that. I mean, all the deer meat or jerky that I've tasted, I mean, you can only eat it in small like increments and samples. It's
I've never
not something
had it,
that.
man. I just no desire for it.
Oh, okay. So nobody
Yeah.
never gave you like a piece of deer jerky or anything like that.
They probably did, and I said, "Get the fuck away from me."
But yeah, like the whole gamey thing. I mean, it's definitely not a meat that it's common. It definitely doesn't taste like you could just cook up a whole roast of it. It just tastes right. It's something that you got to eat in small little bits, like a sample. Yeah.
Which even more so, it's like, how is that? Like, where's the intrigue in that? It's like, ooh, I like this little nibble here. This is can I have any more? You don't want any more. Once again, you know what that is? That is the ham salad of meats.
Ham salad. I knew that's where you was going. Gardner Minshew. You gotta have a ham.
Well, speaking of Gardner Minshew, newest starting quarterback for the Raiders.
For the Raiders, yeah. But you only can have them in small increments. You can't have a lot of it.
Yep. Similar to the Raiders. They're okay in small little bits, but everything else. All right. You got any more hobbies you want to go over? Or you want to go to the next thing?
Hobbies? No, I'm just one other regret. I mean, I just wish that there was a girl that I met in college, and we had a lot in common. We had a lot of classes together, and I just wish I would have took the turn with that, as opposed to, we kind of, I ain't gonna say we fell out, but it was just kind of like my ex would come over, and then she saw me with her a couple times, and then it was like that little bit of hope that, hey, maybe we can become a couple just went out the window. But I would have took that turn, because we already know what turned out with my ex. So
yeah,
if I could go back and salvage that, and she was very intelligent, beautiful, that's just one turn I wish I would have took.
Did you ever look her up
Recently? No. No, I seen her probably, like, I don't know, probably about 10, 15 years ago in like the DC area, because she's from the DC area. And I was down there. My brother was living there at the time. And I saw her out in the nightlife on the nightclubs, and we caught up and talked a little bit. But no, not since then. I haven't, like, I'm not a big social media guy. No, I never looked her up. Mm-mm.
That's your one that got away. Interesting.
Yeah. We had a lot of
everyone.
I've
told this story on here before. Maybe I have. No, yeah, I definitely have. It wasn't my one that got away. It was my super embarrassing moment of when the girl came. I was just, I was single at that point, and this little smoke show was hanging out with me. and was like, "Hey, let's come. You want to come over to the house?" Or she was like, "I want to come over and hang out." I'm like, "Okay." And she like brought like a bottle of something because she was a mess. And she was like, "Yeah, I don't like to wear panties in the summer." And I was like, "Okay." And
You say, your brain, you was probably like, she's really hot. She's just hot down there.
right, right. And it didn't occur to me till the next day. I'm like,
What is wrong with you?
she was just like leaning on me and just kind of just being all like touchy feely. I'm like, okay. And I don't know why I was just like, I don't know what happened there, but that is my like, oh God, that. mm, mm.
That was your Revenge of the Nerd moment, huh? Where you were.
Yeah, but you know what? I think I'm a believer in things happen for a reason, so I probably would have got the clap or something. So call it a day. All right. Next piece on the agenda. So, I had a person that I've worked with, on podcast stuff and other stuff here. I'm not going to say her full name, but her name is Gwen, and she donated $100 to the puppy website. That I was mentioning about the whole him being on the it's $100. It was awesome.
Wow.
Legit went Western Union and grabbed it up from Rite Aid and called it a day.
Mm.
So immensely appreciative of that because one, yes, it helps him get onto that calendar, which he's pretty much solidified to do now. But it goes and it contributes to the Pug Fest, like the actual Pug Fest thing they do, and for no kill shelters. So I'm going to put the link up in the description here. Check it out. Obviously, you don't have to vote for Crosby, but dude, vote for Crosby. What's wrong with you? He's number 52. I'll put all that info on there. But just donating to the cause is beautiful. Just because you're helping two great things, and it shows you the leaderboard. It shows you how much money they've raised. I think they're around like 3,000 at this point now, give or take.
Oh.
So yeah,
I
the
didn't know you
voting.
had anything up. I mean, there's a website up for Crosby.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
oh no, so there's like 55 or 56 different pugs on there. It's for a
Okay.
count, right? So the top 12 get in the calendar.
You're in the
But
calendar. Okay.
but all the donations are going towards those things. Yeah, I'll send you the link here too. Yeah. But I'll put the link up there, and he's number 52 and all that. So just kind of plugging that there. I'm sleepy too, man. So another plug heavy thing here. Football is coming in about a week and a half here, boys. I believe we're going to record on, I guess the first episode would, like the pre-draft thing, I guess we can do Wednesday of that week, and then Saturday will be, the actual draft. And I think we solidified that's actually, well, you know what? That's actually perfect because that's leading right into what our actual schedule is going to be. It's going to be Wednesdays and Fridays, or I'm sorry, Wednesdays and Saturdays for football. So that actually works out perfect. So the last week in August, so whatever that ends up being, be on the lookout for that. Just like with baseball and this show, because I haven't really recruited too many people for this show. Just I don't really know why. It's one of those things where there's not like a niche of people that you can really reach out to.
Yeah, like it's not like somebody's just sitting on websites just saying pick me. I mean, you gotta really
right. But you know what? I think now that the guests are coming on football or baseball, and we're going to be doing the football guests too, I think that's going to trigger some more people to actually check the stuff out here too and jump in. But basically, we're recruiting sort of kind of guests for football. So any interest in that, let us know. I mean, I'll also be reaching out to people too. So I'm not just taking applications. I'm going to reach out to folks, but same idea as with baseball. I mean, we're going to talk the game and figure out things like that. So yeah, so football week and a half out, live draft on that Saturday. That's exciting.
Yeah, like so when you do have the guests on the baseball, like what is your agenda? Do y'all just got a certain topic that y'all all cover, or does the guest bring kind of a different layer of?
with the guests, or like so Taylor is absolutely ridiculous with what he does. He is so good at creating an agenda. Apparently that's what he actually does for work a lot, so he fit right into that. We
Okay,
actually have a note. We have notes that we share, like with Apple you can share a note.
okay,
We can share notes, and I can alter the notes and he can alter the notes and add to it, and it'll show what each person is doing in real time. It's actually really cool. So then Saturday morning or Monday morning, depending on the show day, he'll basically go in there and create a talking point agenda and an itinerary to really kind of get into what we want to do. So a lot of it has to do with maybe current event things going on with the team, thoughts about off-season stuff. It's really kind of a fluid type of thing, but that full disclosure, that's really why. It's really kind of why I'm adjusting how we're doing this show a little bit, because it runs so smooth that I'm like, we need to have that here. That needs to be our brand. You know what I mean? Like that needs I get it, the sexy fun thing of having, random off the cuff things, which we still do. It's not like we talk about what we're going to talk about. We don't do that on baseball either. We have the topics and whatever. But I really appreciate the work he has done with that, and he's made me a better host. And I want all of our shows to be the best they possibly can. But yeah, I could send you a show doc so you can see exactly how he does it, and it's like, dude, my God, like no wonder you're like how have you not been doing this? But
okay.
yeah. So it's just helpful. It's helpful, and I'm gonna adopt it and try to make it not look shitty. And no promises there. I'm generally bad at most things I do. Except, you know what I'm really good at? Killing lanternflies. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
It seemed like it took a while for them to come out, but they're starting to show for sure.
oh yeah, they did come out later. Now I did upload a YouTube video. I think I called it Bug Math. And
What?
yeah, it's called Bug Math. It's called Bug Math.
Bug math. Okay.
Bug Math. Yes. Let me see. I don't know if I can pull that up right now. I haven't really tried that, so I don't want to screw anything up.
Yeah.
But basically, what we got, you know how mouses have, or those mouse traps, those old mouse traps have little, like it's a glue trap.
Oh, he's talking about the glue trap or the little sling down.
Glue trap.
Okay. Okay.
So Tiff bought some stuff. So we already have like this little, I don't know, it's like double-sided, not really double-sided. It's like
Fly paper.
basically, yeah. And it wraps around, I mean, you've been here before, you know exactly what my place looks like. We had those little spiral things out front.
Yeah.
And you just basically, wrap it around and then stick it to itself, and it basically just works as fly paper. So you put 4 or 5 little circles on, the different.
They like hang down in like a spiral.
No. So it rolls. So okay. So here's my arm, right?
Yeah.
So you basically put it around, and it I don't have a. Yeah, actually, okay. So here's my arm. So you do this, and then you kind of just wrap it there. Like it just wraps around, right? And
Okay.
it sticks to itself, and it just collects whatever insects want to be its huckleberry. And that was okay. That was doing okay. That was fine. But what we did is Tiff bought this. Basically, it's mouse glue, essentially. And I put it all over the railings. And mind you, it took me about an hour and a half to actually get it off my body. But the YouTube video shows just a graveyard, and I have like Chopin playing, like the funeral procession song. I have Chopin playing in the background. Have you not seen this?
Uh,
Oh my
yeah.
god, dude! As soon as you're done, watch it. You'll. It's in the shorts. You'll see it. It's literally like a 40-second thing.
He
But
said he got
basically,
the Chopin funeral.
dude, absolutely. And yeah, it's basically just it's solved a lot of the problems. There's about maybe 10 or 15 of them just on there because once you get into it, you can't get out of it. Like it's almost like a spider web thing, except blue. So they're still not running rampant like they did last year. Even without this, they weren't running rampant, but it's really catching them and stopping them, which is great because they're the devil. So I've discovered one of my skills in life is killing and trapping lanternflies. So anyone needs my services, I will charge a premium because them bitches is gross. But yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely
How
took
they
a
been
while
up
for
here?
them to come out.
Have they been up your way? Like how are they where you're
Yeah,
at?
I mean, I haven't seen them as much, but occasionally, like I said, it took a while. Like I want to say
Yeah.
all of May, I didn't see any. I don't think I seen
No,
any in
not at
June.
all.
I think they just started popping in like toward the tail end of July
Yeah,
and into
exactly.
August.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Which is
And I don't
nice
see them
because,
as
like,
much as I did like last year. They would be everywhere. I mean, left, right, north, south. You would see them everywhere.
yeah,
Now I
like
see occasional one.
our porch ceiling looked like it was moving, and because it's like a dark oak color, so you would just see like the top of the porch seemingly moving, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. And then they would just like dive bomb you. I'm like, man, come on. Yeah,
Yeah, they
hopefully next year they're dunzo because they
totally
don't really.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're getting a late start, I mean, let's just do the math here. If they started at the end of July, that's about a month and a half later than they did the year before. I mean, now it'd put them at what, mid-September?
Yeah. Mid
And you
September
know what
going
we
into
live.
October, they're not going to be around anymore.
No, not at all. Um, yeah, I put the next thing on the agenda, talk about the draft show. We've already been over that, but I'll rehash it. Football, live draft show. Very excited to do it. I still want to make sure I can actually do it. I've yet to really test it out because I'm bad at what I do. I'm just really excited about it. But I talked to a few people, and it's a very feasible thing to get done. So it's me just figuring out the nuts and bolts of it. I am still waiting to kind of hear back from. Someone said something here. Hey, Vic's here. What's up, buddy? There's
Nope.
70. Oh, really?
75% less than last. That sounds about right because I used to see them
Good to know, Vic.
everywhere. Now I just see them occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? It feels it, man. It really, really does because let's put it this way. You know Tiffany, and she is not a bug person. And she literally had anxiety. She was staying in the house. Like she was so mortified by them, she wasn't leaving the house. Which,
Wow.
right now, that's a bit of an extreme take on it, but I mean, my wife, that is what she does. It's she's the best, but whatever, I guess. But yeah, definitely, I will 100% buy into that. 75% less, yeah, I'd say that's safe.
That
And I don't
sounds
know
about
why.
accurate.
I don't know if they just have migrated or if they did some kind of spray or what. I know I sprayed a shit ton of ground clear. I didn't do it correctly because I'm an idiot.
I mean, there has to be something more to it than just the extermination of them. I mean, they had to be either breeding less or something. I mean, because the explosion that
I'm
was
just
going
glad
on
they're
last
less.
year was crazy.
I mean, I'm glad they're less because they would bring in hornets because hornets would eat them. I saw many a days where I would go on the porch and I would literally see a hornet eating a live. Well, it wasn't live anymore, but it's eating a lanternfly. I'm like, dude, Animal Planet is fucked up. Like it was bad, but it's weird seeing a creature eat another creature. It's like I don't like this, but yeah, but anywho, the draft thing, yeah, that's gonna go. The draft is at 8:00. We recently just got a full blown league. Thank you very much for Chuck coming in. And if you remember who Chuck is, I told you we did a few episodes with him on the interview side. Good dude on Twitter. He's a good follow. It's Dr. Chuck. He's not really a doctor, but he probably did fuck your mom. You understand that. You understand that. That's like his tagline. It's fantastic. But he is jumped in here and just very much appreciated because I was very concerned because I'm so busy with everything else I'm doing here, trying to be in the commission there, trying to get everything squared away. So he alleviated that. So very excited about that. So that'll be coming on the 31st at 8:00. So tune in for some shenanigans there. I guess before we get in the draft here, you got any anything kind of on deck here that is pressing?
I just know next week is my first draft of the other league, and it's at 6:45. So I was wondering if we can push this back maybe till 8:00 on next week because I'm gonna be.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll move it back just for I don't know. I mean, why don't we do like 8:15 just to give you buffer here because I don't want to feel like you have to rush or anything. Funny enough, actually, speaking of football, yeah, I guess because Tiff's doing some online classes, and I guess they're doing a fantasy football thing, so she entered me into that. It's on ESPN, which I'm like, God bless America, and it's a 20-team. It's a 20-team league. I'm like, what the fuck is this? My draft is tomorrow. I'm like, my draft is tomorrow. I'm like, I just want to like message them people, and I can't because it's through her school, but I just want to be like. Have any of you ever done fantasy football before? Like, are you guys fucking idiots? Like, what are you doing? You're drafting way ahead of time. You're doing a 20-team league. Like,
there's going to be no players to pick from, and ESPN is by far, to me, the worst platform to have fantasy football league on.
Yes, and Vic said, Weatherman said they'll be all gone. They'll all be gone shortly.
Gone for good.
Yeah. Oh, gone for. I can't read. Fuck. I mean, I'm gonna hold you and Joe DiNardo to that.
He said Joe DiNardo.
Yeah. That would be
That's
great.
Got to be the most famous Pittsburgh weatherman in the history.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, he said yes for good. So. All right, man. Well, I mean, now with that being said, you're also trusting the weatherman, so it's like that's a risky gamble. But
that's a risky proposition in itself. Trusting the weatherman.
I will gladly take it, though. I will tell the wife, and she will be very excited. So, yeah. God damn it! What were you saying?
Oh no! At first, I just said that. I wanted to move the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, move the show to 8:00 or 8:15 next week, and then you figure the week after that. Well, no, we're going to be doing that on Saturday, and then the week after that, I got another draft on the next Sunday, the 1st. So, and that's at 7:30. So I don't know if we can go do this at 6:30.
No, just do it. Do you have another draft after that, after the 7:30, or are you free? Because we can just do it at 9. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm free that Sunday is just his draft is at 7:30. So drafts usually go about an hour. Yeah.
I mean, we could do it earlier. I mean, it probably would make more sense to maybe do it like at 5 or something like that, and just have a shorter episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it as we get closer because you figure next Sunday is the 25th. And then the next Sunday after that is the 1st, and then Labor Day is the day after that, and then our draft we got back-to-backs. It's on Saturday, so your draft is at 8 and my other draft is at 7. So I'll just cut that one off and just go straight into ours, because by the time when you're drafting your last rounds, it's just all depth, right? I mean, it's not really.
Yeah,
You're not
I mean, you're gonna
drafting
have
like
your phone.
key
You'll have your
players
phone
at
and
the
your
end.
iPad, so you'll be able to like multitask and things like that. Did you see I put the draft order up, by the way?
Oh no, I did not. I know you said you were setting it yesterday after you text me, and you said that we got the 10th, and then you finally learned how to control the QBs. I wish you learned that a couple years ago when those people that were drafting
like. In there, man. I don't think it was in either that, or I just completely overlooked it, because it's in like draft and keepers, and that's where it's at. Instead of rosters and scoring, it's in draft and keepers. I'm like, what?
I was pissed. I mean, my cousin and the one Demetrius guy, they were drafting 4 or 5 quarterbacks. It's like, what are you doing? We told you can only have 2 quarterbacks and 1 spare, one substitute.
Yeah.
But people were drafting tons.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. People, that's why they're not in the league now, is can't follow simple directions. I don't really have you to do. It is what it is. All right, boys, you know what time it is, right? You're from a tab. Love it. It takes even more of a feel, like a good feel, because it's like, football is, I can smell it. I can smell the dirty balls from here. Great. All right, so to rehash the draft idea. So this is my little baby that came out of my head in the shower. That sounded weird. Okay. So yeah, like the way that came out was not intended. It's fine. All right, so this is the ultimate kind of draft day or draft fantasy football draft kind of soiree layout that you have. It's one main course, one side, one drink, one snack dessert situation, wild card. And that wild card can literally be anything you want. Obviously, don't be stupid. Like, I want a Ford one. I want an F-150. What? No, that's not. What are you doing? But it can be another version of one of those 4 categories, or it could be something else that would fit the draft, right? So, I don't know how you want to figure out who wants to go first here.
Usually, it's your draft. You get. I mean,
good. That's all I needed to hear. That's fine. All right. So, also, so everyone knows, there is no kind of bleeding into each other. Oh, that sounds dirty. No bleeding into a medical podcast.
Bleeding into each other.
Yeah, keep your blood to yourselves, guys. Come on. So there's no doubling up of picks. If I take his, then too bad. He has to pivot, vice versa, whatever. So I'm going to go with my entree first, and I'm going to go. I mean, there's a 101 and a 102 here. Let's be honest, but I'm going wings for the main.
Surprised me there.
Really?
No, I'm just saying. I just thought that. I mean, I'm starting to hear that echo. Why is it echoing when I'm talking?
I don't know.
Oh man, let me just make sure all my settings is good. All right. I don't know.
Could be a Wi-Fi thing.
Something.
Are you hearing it when I'm talking, or no?
No, only when I'm talking.
Oh,
now I think it just calmed down. All right.
Okay. Your Wi-Fi could have dipped. Really, that's probably it. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So you said wings. Okay.
Now you don't have to do it in any particular order, by the way. So right now, my main course is done. So you can go another route. You can go to like your drink or your snack or anything like that. You don't have to follow suit there. You can play the game here.
Okay. All right. So I just want to find out. Well, it is considered an appetizer. So
God, here we go. We didn't even start, and you're already like, well, let me consult.
Draft parties like to have some buffalo chicken dip. So that's appetizer, right? I mean, that's not entree, is it?
Okay. Now I understand why you want that. Well, yeah. I would say it's a side. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Appetizer, side, whatever. Buffalo chicken dip. Love that at a draft.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with my drink and go beer.
You bastard.
Just so I can hurt you. Just so I can hurt you. Just hurt It feels so good.
It was like, soon as you got it out your mouth, the immediate word attached to it was "you bastard." So,
Yeah.
all right.
Yep. That felt good.
Oh man, he got me.
Yep.
My entree pretty much is going to probably be at everybody's draft. Pizza, of course. You know, everybody. Every draft. I mean, I don't think I've been to a draft party that didn't have pizza.
Now I'm hearing you right now. Interesting.
Oh, you are? See? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
You done passed your COVID echoes. You used to have the echoes. You done passed your echoes on to me.
You're welcome. All right. So I'm going to go. My wild card is shots, liquor.
Mm.
Because you can absolutely make it. You can make a game of it. You can do. I don't know. Now I hear the echo. God bless America.
So you hear it from yourself?
Yeah, a little bit, but I might be hearing it from the reverb on your side. Okay.
He just redirected it right back to me. He said it could be coming from you.
He's out of here. All right. Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping
All
by.
right, Vic. Appreciate you listening.
So, yeah, I'm taking shots because you can make a game of it. It can be just, do it whenever you want to, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But I feel like that is kind of a staple of the little draft party soiree.
Mm.
So I have beer, liquor, and chicken wings. And you have, and you can suck it.
Buffalo chicken dip. Wild card. Wow. Can you believe I actually tried to pull this off at one of Andrew's drafts too? Knew some women that were dancers or strippers, tried to get them to come over. Of course, that would be all male draft. No females can be present, but yeah, dancers, man. I'm probably not gonna go. Yeah, man. I was trying to get it done.
It is the wild card.
Yeah, you're making your picks. You're like, come sit over here.
So you got pizza, buffalo chicken dip, and strippers. Fair. Dude, super fair.
Yeah.
Super fair. Okay. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna go for the side. You can never go wrong with this. Crock pot of meatballs.
That's not an entree? You think that's a side? Yeah, I guess. Because you're not filling your plate up with meatballs. I mean, you're just kind of grabbing some on the side. Yeah.
Right. Like if it was like a meatball stuff, then yeah, that could be an entree. But this is just kind of like, I'll just get a few little, deals, put them on the plate, call it a day. I mean, okay. I have a pivot if you don't want to say it or if you don't want to take it.
Oh, that's cool. Because at first I'm thinking like entree, but then like you said, like I said, no one's filling up their plate with just meatballs. Like that's always something on the side. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right.
So what do you have left to choose from here? You have a dessert?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Okay, you said a dessert.
You got a dessert and a drink left.
Okay. You done covered all the drinks. You done covered all the drinks, of course. You done took the drinks that you covered drinks that you wouldn't drink, but You're making sure you cover it. Of course, I mean, there's no other drinks really. Soda. I mean, you gotta have people that don't drink beer, or people that don't drink um, liquor. I mean, you're not gonna hand them a bunch of Red Bulls, or you're not gonna hand them Kool-Aid or anything. I mean, they're gonna drink some soda. So
I mean, you can be all hyped up on Red Bull doing a draft. That's going to go great. All right. So I think all we have left on either side of here is the dessert.
Dessert.
And I'm going to do a football shaped brownie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just have the icing for the laces, and yeah, just a little fun little deal there.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm not a big sweets guy. I'm just thinking, like, what is a good dessert that I would love to have at a draft?
I just feel like it's handheld. You can just, it's kind of one of those perfect little party little, deals there.
Oh, cookies. Like chocolate chip cookies or something like that. Or what about the cookies that we held on to for years after?
That's what I thought about.
You would send me pictures of yours.
Yes. Anyone that doesn't know. So we were in a league, and it's Andrew's league, and his wife made cookies, and
like helmet, in the shape of a helmet.
Right,
and it
had
had
name on it.
Yeah.
And what we decided to do was hang them on our wall. And I don't know how long they were there. It was probably 2 years.
Yeah, mine's hung there for a while. I put it in a pretty much a Ziploc bag.
Yeah,
and
same.
Took a tack and posted it against the wall. I did it for good luck. It was like, okay, this is good luck for my team. I had that cookie forever. He used to send me texts of, he was like, you still got the cookie? And then he would say, yes. And then I would say, I still got mine. And then eventually it went from, we're not even asking questions. It would just be, I'm going to send you a picture of my cookie. And, oh, that didn't sound right. I'm going to send you a picture of my cookie and you send me a picture of your cookie.
Yeah, look, here's the scary part. It didn't age.
It didn't deteriorate at all. Well, I mean, of course, if you don't open it, I mean, I guess it will stay preserved.
No, that's not how food works, man. That is not how food works.
Like, man, if you got it, if there's no air no air getting in there, you can keep it.
You think that pinhole did? That's creating some air.
True.
So,
but that was above the seal. The tack was above the seal. Once it was sealed up, I don't know. I mean, either those cookies had tons of preservatives.
I just feel like the fact that it didn't age a bit, I'm very happy we didn't eat it.
Like, I'd have never ate it. Hanging on the wall for 2 years.
No. I'm saying, like,
at the party.
Itself, right.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is in that? That doesn't feel safe to me.
Yeah, some foods have heavy, but like, you ever notice that, like, if a French fry, like a McDonald's French fry, it could be in your car underneath the seat, and it could be there for years, and it looked like it just fell out of the McDonald's container. That tells you how many preservatives they got in those French fries, because they don't age, they don't turn brown or anything. It looks just like a fresh fry. So either them cookies is loaded with preservatives or
delicious. All right, let's run down the team here. So, entree, I got wings, I got beer, I got meatballs, I got a football-shaped brownie, and my wild card to wash all that stuff down with is shots. Let's go.
All right.
Now, what's your shitty team?
My team is, I got pizza followed with buffalo chicken dip. I got some soda to wash it down, and dang, what cookies to eat, and some girls on your lap while you were doing it all.
That's such a good pick.
I tried to pull it off. I mean, we had the girls; we had them called and everything, and they were on their way, but it was like they just didn't show up. And it was like, but we were about to have it at one of Andrew's little parties. We was about to have some couple dancers come over, just
Interesting.
liven it up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can pull that off.
he said that's, and you was like you just wanted to do it.
It's just a fun thing. It's like, oh, how was your draft? I don't know. I had some hoes here. It was
definitely makes waiting for your next pick to come around on the snake a lot better. You're like, all right, I got some time to kill.
Because I got someone else trying to come down on the snake. That's a double entendre, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what though?
Excellent draft.
Yeah, that was fun, man. I very simple, silly, but you know what? It's very current, man. It's very current. Folks are doing the same. Well, maybe not the stripper part, but maybe we influence somebody to do some dirty hoes at their draft.
Any honorable mentions? I mean, I like
yes,
mm-hmm.
yes. I had a charcuterie tray.
What is that?
All right, so that's like the cracker and meat and cheese thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
because it's like an ultimate finger.
Oh yeah.
Yep. My wild card was the last place punishment.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, like the public humiliation of you were terrible, so now you get the first pick, but you have to I don't know, below everybody. No, you don't have to do that. But usually that's kind of how that stuff works. If they have like an offline draft, they have like, hey, so you have to do this in a, I don't know, insert whatever. You have to do something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
My honorable mentions. I mean, I like when people have the shrimp cocktail tray with the shrimp and like soft pretzels, like the soft.
Oh yeah, dude, it was on my list.
Yeah, soft pretzels with the either cheese dip or some mustard or something like that. That's pretty good.
That's America. Yeah.
Well, and my other wild card, but it would take too long. Guys gather around playing Madden, but you know how long Madden games take. I mean, that's
No, I mean, that's probably like the post draft kind of.
Yeah, you don't do that at the draft. Yeah, I mean, but after the draft is over, everybody got their picks. Everybody all hyped up, ready to play some football. So it's either Madden or people go out in the yard, but everybody
they literally about to hit each other. Yeah,
and throw passes. But every time at our age, people will be like, "Oh man, my knee, blew out my knee," and
I thought about it, and I was like, "Oh, shoulder, man, no, I'm all set."
Yeah, you can't play pickup games no more. But once we got past 35, it was just like, people will be hurt for like a 2-3 months, and all they did was just stretch a little bit longer for a pass, and they're hurt.
they left the porch or like, oh, no. Good show, man. I really liked how the flow of this went. I don't know if it felt like a different flow to you or not, but it felt different. I don't know.
I wouldn't say necessarily different. I just think that we were snapping on point, like boom, let's go. I don't think we paused as much in between to explain your pick. It's like depending on what we drafted on. Yeah. But,
no, I'm saying the whole show, not just the draft. I'm saying the whole show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like to definitely gender. Hey, anything else you got? Let's wrap this up and then go right into the next subject. Whereas we kind of let the subjects bleed into each other, as you said before, where it would just be, I don't know, less organized. It was just definitely a little bit more random.
God, I really want soft pretzels now, you son of a bitch. That's like pretzels. A mall mainstay. Every time we go to the mall for anything, which is super, super rare, I'm like,
Oh, so you go like to Auntie Anne's? Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
those pretzels are bomb. Yes, yes.
Just full of salty, and then they give you that cheese water. I'm like,
He said cheese water. Yeah. Every time I walk past those Auntie Anne's, you can just smell it. You be like, oh man, you know it's goodness. It's love going into their whoever's eating that. It's love
Right,
going
and
into their mouth.
you pay for it. It's like $14. I'm like, oh, okay, here you go. How much did it take you to make this? About $1.25. Ah, well, that seems
Yeah.
fair. Here you go. But all right, well, apparently we're doing this next week at 8:15, so that's good to know. So I'll plan that out.
I'm
Like
gonna
I
be
said-
excited. That's gonna be my first draft. You know, I'm gonna be sitting over there like,
yeah.
"Ooh, I just drafted
Well,
such and
the
such."
draft I gotta do is tomorrow, like during work. So I'm like, cool. But I'm also like, this fucking clown show of a draft. Okay, whatever, I'll
20
do
team
it.
draft. You're gonna get a feel of like the last rounds of our draft where you're drafting like players you never even heard of because 20
I'm
teams.
quite sure the majority
Wow.
of these people are going to be going on AD. They're going to go on like either ADP or they're going to be very. Oh, he's the top of the list. I choose him. Like,
Usually when you get a bunch of unexperienced draft people and it depends on what the city is, everybody gonna be drafting Steelers, you know, and it's like what? Right? Homers. It's the worst.
I guess if you win, you get beats by Dre, and that's what Tiff wanted. I'm like, fine, fuck it. Or you could just go buy this and not like make me waste my time. But fine, we'll do that. That's fine. I'll do this. But yeah. So next week, 8:15, we'll do this again. Tomorrow, recording with Taylor again for baseball. That's going to be at, I believe, 7. Check out the Gary podcast we did earlier. Donate to my pub and the source of the puppy calendar, Pugfest, and the no kill shelters. It's a really good cause. Like that's I would love if we got in the calendar, but I really am just digging the fact that it's actually going all towards good causes. So the website has all the information on it. So the link will take you there, and if you have any, questions, just reach out to me. But yeah, I think we're good here.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, good times. Appreciate you stopping by. Not like do it or anything, it's fine. Thanks, Vic, for popping in here. Appreciate that.
Yes, Vic. Thank you.
I'm still waiting to hear back from my little graphic designer deal. I think he's a little busy with his stuff here, but we'll get that going on so we can not fix the logos, but improve upon them. But so yeah, appreciate everyone stopping by, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I see everyone else here tomorrow. I won't see you till whenever, and then you'll actually be in person. And
yes,
we can have time. So that'll be fun. It'd be good to see it. Even though we don't live like a state apart, we just never see each other because it'll be good to see you.
Yeah. Monday through Friday, man, it's just a work from home grind. That's like I barely get outside. I mean, it's like I have to actually like get up and walk around outside. Otherwise, I wouldn't really get no air. I would just be stuck in this apartment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, I will see you. Thanks
right.
everyone for taking a listen here.
Thanks you, everybody. X's and O's.